Cold emailing, I talk about it a lot, but you might have noticed that something else has been sneaking into my videos lately, and that is warm emailing, and it works beautifully. I'm here today to offer you a few pro tips for how you can make warm emailing work for you. Before we dive in, I'm going to assume that if you're watching this video, you already know what warm emailing is, but just to be extra safe, let's go over it real quick. All right, so in sales, people will sometimes describe leads as cold, warm, or hot. Cold means that you have no relationship with them and you've never spoken before. They're strangers. When I asked out a random bartender on Halloween night 10 years ago, he was cold. This is why cold emailing is when you reach out to people who you've never communicated with before. Warm means that some sort of relationship in some capacity has already been established. So for example, when I asked out my dog's vet 8 years ago, he was warm. All right, all jokes aside, let's say that someone already subscribes to my YouTube channel and then they email me because they are interested in talking about enrolling in my program. They're a warm lead. So warm emailing is when you reach out to someone that you already have some prior relationship with. Make sense? Now, both methods are effective, except in the case of the bartender and the vet, in which case neither was effective. One of the biggest differences is that cold emailing is much more of a numbers game. It's a little more about luck and less about strategy, and you have to email a lot more people to see results. I'm not trying to knock it, obviously. A lot of my videos are about cold emailing, and that was initially how I built my business. And it's a very common approach. Just do a quick YouTube search and you'll see that there are a lot of people talking about cold emailing. I'm the best, but that's beside the point. But if you search warm emailing in the capacity that we're talking about, not a lot of people are talking about this because I'm a trendsetter. Kidding. Not really. Over the years, I've switched to warm emailing because it allows me to be a lot more precise with who I target. And the results are better. I can send fewer emails and close more clients. Okay. Enough of that, let's get into how you can use warm emailing to land clients for your own business. Tip number 1, go where your competitors aren't. I mentioned a moment ago that cold emailing is much more of a numbers game. And this is because your leads are getting so many emails every single day from total strangers just like you, and your message is a lot likelier to get buried in their inbox. So that's why you have to send so many more emails to more people. So what we're going to do instead is not use email as that first touch point, because that's what everyone's doing. We want to go where everyone else isn't because we're likelier to be seen there. For me and my students, that's LinkedIn. In Revenue Spark, I teach my students to start the relationship with their leads on LinkedIn and then take it to email. We've had great success with LinkedIn, and it's because it's not 100% social media, but it's not 100% business. It's this really good hybrid of the two. That really works in our favor. Now, to be clear, I've heard of people using Facebook and Instagram to connect with leads. I tried it, I wasn't a fan, here's why. Now, I know that there are exceptions, but more often than not, your leads, your potential clients, are using platforms like Facebook and Instagram to communicate with their leads, which are their customers. That's B2C, business to consumer. These people, these companies are not using Facebook and Instagram to connect with other businesses like you, B2B. Now, I can see how you might view this as a good thing because a moment ago, I just told you to go where your competition isn't. But the problem here is that if this is not how your leads are actively using these platforms, how they're using Facebook and Instagram, if you try to connect with them there ultimately to sell your services, they're not going to be as receptive. That's not what they're using those platforms for. This is why LinkedIn works so well. It is the perfect place for businesses to connect with other businesses. Tip number 2, ask the lead for permission to email them. Your leads are getting inundated every single day with emails and messages from people trying to sell them stuff. If you take the same approach, you run the risk of just blending in with them, and that won't do us any good. Instead, start the conversation simply by saying hello, spend a sentence or two introducing yourself and explaining why you're reaching out, and then ask, would it be okay if I emailed you to discuss this more? Yes, this is sales, this is business. You're trying to sell something to someone and grow your business and make more money, but you are still one human being having a conversation with another human being. Don't forget this. Tip number 3, once you send the warm email, avoid hard selling. Hard selling is a very overt, aggressive way of trying to pitch your services, and it's a huge turnoff. We want to avoid this. Just because you have their email address now doesn't mean you go in and sell. You still need to ease into it. You have to nurture the lead. So in that first email, you can continue to tell them a little more about what you have to offer, but mostly you want to find out more about them, like what their goals and their pain points are. And then you can better explain to them how you might be able to help them. Don't rush this part of the process. Some people are in such a hurry to close that they skip way ahead and they come off as abrasive. This doesn't work. Remember what I said earlier, please. This is one of the best things I can tell you. You are one human being having a conversation with another human being. You can't fake relationships. There is no cutting corners. I know that cold emailing can seem a lot more alluring and attractive because it feels like you can move a lot faster. You can easily send out 300 emails in a matter of minutes and then you're done. So the process feels quicker and thus you feel like you're going to land clients quicker. And again, yes, cold emailing, when done the right way, can work. But here's the thing, warm emailing gives you a lot more room to have a more laser-focused approach, which will ultimately deliver better results. So we're gonna scale back the number of people we're reaching out to and spend a little more time on each lead, and focusing on quality as much as quantity is massively going to pay off. Do you want to learn my exact process for landing clients? Good news, you can. Enroll in my program, Revenue Spark, and you will learn the exact steps from start to finish, beginning with sourcing leads and ending with sending your proposal, so that you'll have my proven method for consistently landing high-paying clients. You can use my calendar link in the description below to schedule a call with me, or just send me an email and we can talk more. Before you go, please support my channel by giving this video a thumbs up and help my content rise to the top of YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so you never miss my new content, and I'll see you next time.